Alright, welcome back. Gonna jump in here for another episode of the Heavensward Let's Play. Last episode we've ended up finishing up patch MSQ 3.0 and we moved through 3.1 almost to the end. I'd abruptly stopped towards the end. So I'm gonna try and move through this today. I'm gonna finish 3.1 and I'm gonna try and see if I can get through all of 3.2. And we'll see where we end up landing. So I'm going to jump in here and begin. Alright, as goes light, so goes darkness. Lucia is not one to rest on her laurels. Ooh, House 4 times kite shield. Ooh, the wind-up horse font. Alright.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fire set...
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
We should have just went the other way. Listen well. We will enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages behind, being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith are unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thoradin VII. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seize control of the vault, I think it highly likely yes, which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artriel, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not break. Alone is my witness. We will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Twould seem our presence yet goes unnoticed. Remember, saving the hostages takes precedence over all else. Mind your attacks. Lay down your arms or die by the sword. You must hurry. The others were taken elsewhere by Sir Simonard. So this is indeed the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guard. They've surrounded the alarum. secure the hostage, Alaric. Leave the others to us.
Down with you!
They took the others somewhere. It all happened so quickly. There they are. Let none escape. Sir Semenard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ha! The word of a heretic and kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive of the Furies judgment. So, it is to be a trial then. Lord Artrio, Alaric, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Semenard. O Halon, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous and cast down the wicked. Come then, let us see whom the Fury favors. Sir Emmerich is still wounded. Alaric, if you do not move quickly, he will surely fail. There must be others nearby, but where? Traitor, kinslayer, by what sorcery do you stand? Enough. All of you, attack. See no others nearby. Come, Elric. Sir Emmerich needs our help.
This knight does not yield!
I'm not doing a very good job with my rotation right now. Fury be praised. You must hurry. The priest took melee upstairs when he saw you killed his men. Have no fear, child. We will save your friend.
Where is he? Where is he?
Come no closer!
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
Wow. Oh yeah.
What? But I...
Dragon Song Ex Machina.
Vidafne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune opportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Freysfelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefon you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well timed scarcely does it justice, but 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who have yet harbored doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Fort Tomp Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, Alaric. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? He got on well with Hilda. Of that I have no doubt. His time in the wilderness did not deprave him of his charm. But that is neither here nor there. What concerns me is his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate aether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then, I should be on my way. Creel may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Alright, Alpha no.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue. But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zamail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
A knight lives to serve.
You sound just like him. I suspect that is what Horschiffon would have said. To aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a brother to Horschiffon. Will you be a brother to me as well? Come, Manelaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard. To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
From the Memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortamps. This is thy proof, Jeremarcles Apocrypha. There we go. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning, and of the path we have been set upon. Uh-oh. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Well, everyone has their orders. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Ralgar, it had to be. We cannot stay here forever, Yuta. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one. So it goes. As it once was, Tataru is waiting to share good tidings with you and Alphino. Steamed staff or sesame cookie? Alphino, Alaric, I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding Philemon, Oribalder, and Coltonet. Really? Has something happened? No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems that once they learned the Scion's good names had been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being spied on. Quite, but what wonderful news to think that our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Thank-ridden Creel. What brings the two of you here? Creel and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. And we may just have found the answer. Alaric, when you see fleeting with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect that it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found, the battleground where Alaric felled the Ultima weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield him from the magic I invoked. Creel and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you, alone? I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident that there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Creel while the patrols pass. Besides, if you and Alaric come along, who will see Flemon's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well. I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least illuminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones to make preparations for our comrades' returns. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Limsian docks? Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. must be down below. Or I could be completely wrong yet again. There. Oh. Flamen. Oh, Elric. How have you been? Come here. Let me have a good look at you. Thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Totoro found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter abroad, a Hannish vassal. It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we? Coltonet studied and trained from dusk till dawn. We did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance, but those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Forgive me, I am sure you are doing everything in your power to find her, as Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime. For certainty, there is much and more to be done. The braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit to the Scions, and the long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Well, there you have it. To the rising stones.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business, then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every Scion's. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
There's no way that I'm going to get through all of 3.2. Not on this playthrough, that is. But we'll see. Feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. God's help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. Alianne. FME. FME? What kind of a name is that? It fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy. And what of Higiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. We could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to the eye. To secrete oneself in a ship's hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land, this is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I shall like to seek a formal introduction. Wait, my friend, come. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. Oger, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come down to Mordona? Why, you, brother. You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I have trained, that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of my enemies. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Minfilia, Nita, Papalanimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. The word of the mother. Alphino is eager to return to the search for Minfilia. Tancred and Creel contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castrum Meridium bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them in Y'shtola in Nidalshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. Creel. My apologies. I see that I am the last to arrive. So, what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction, a ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to Sildi aqueducts. There were detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger as one would expect from a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Y'shtola and Tancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in the sea of aether. Though this is too but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggested that, when communing with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So, let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, summon her body and soul unto the ethereal sea? in which case we must needs continue our search there for a blessing. The means to do so already exist. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlayan construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower. I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Antitower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing? I wonder. The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Antitower was sealed, save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Alaric can go. Take the magicless rogue too, if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Alaric. Thancred, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with ether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment or worse. But Minfilia could be in there waiting for us. And you could die, and for what? If she is waiting beyond, Alaric will find her. Trust in him. Have faith. Damn it all. bring her back to us. Alright, we got everyone doing work here while I go into the dungeon. I'll be honest, I'm glad that I decided to pick this back up again. The storyline is just really well written, and I like how it plays around with a lot of these meta ideas in the Final Fantasy franchise. That looks pretty cool. This is what I get for playing in DPS. We're attempting the main one. Oh well, you know what? I've been playing the tank in this game since it was first re-released in 2013. I'm about ready to play something a bit different. $16 minutes. Oh boy. We got another 5 minutes. I'm actually getting pretty close to hitting level 71. In which I'll probably wait until I hit maybe 76 to go do my class quests. Or 74, one of those two. I'll be interested to see what more of the Reaper class quests look like with the abilities and so on and so forth. Alright, 12. Oh, we got our second DPS. Just need a tank and a healer. Alright, here we go. The other DPS is gonna miss the queue. Feel bad for that dude. He's gonna have to wait for, or gal, I'll have to wait for another 15 or 20 minutes to get the queue again. Oh, he made it. Alright. The anti-tower. This is a pretty cool dungeon, I'm not gonna lie. Floating platforms, sea of aether. Alright, let's do this. Is this guy gonna do big pulls? Okay, they just want to do big pulls. Or he just wants to reposition them. Alright, first boss. Go for it. Toy hammer. Hopefully he didn't collect 99 frogs in the marshes, otherwise we'd be screwed. Alright, first boss down. Just pass. Okay, I'm next up. He wants to keep going or what? Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Blow up the Stardust. I should really just... Oh boy, that was pretty bad. All right, here we go. I'll do. Three-manned it. Man, that's creepy.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the Mother. We, who were once called Filia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn, guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon-bound.
Moonbound.
In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Thank the 12.
Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
The word of the mother. I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be. Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Old crone wisdom.
Must you be so ungentle?
Old crone truth.
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought was best. I know that I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. so will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the darkness as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. This war of ours, Alphino, has reached a decision. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any one of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Pluhamin. I will brief Tatario on what we have learned, as well as Orianjar. He may have insight into what the world told us. As for you, Alaric, after all you have done, I would say that you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. 'Twould seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Master Valdir, the Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard. many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing. A drink. We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Lord Commander said you would come, Alaric. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that would be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. 'Twas not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go, rest. I will not keep you. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this episode today. Just wanted to thank everyone for hanging out and watching, and I'll catch you next time.